Well, hello again, boys and girls. Get on in. All right, so back in the D car. Haven't run this one in so long. I mean, it was really discouraging the last run that we did. I think it was the bull ring. I think this is the last time that we were in this car. Or no, it wasn't. It was I can't remember. Like Chicago or Kansas or some. I can't remember. Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. But it was a really discouraging run. But I haven't paid as much attention to this series as I normally like to, and just been busy with a whole bunch of stuff. But again, I keep apologizing for how little content we're putting up as of late. But again, I'm hoping that that'll turn the corner here soon. Just with work and everything, that should calm down over the next coming weeks and whatnot. But as always, been putting priority into the NIS series just because it's one of the bigger ones, and we had a decent run at Talladega and then just got caught up, which is normal. But anyway, let's focus on the task at hand here. All right, so this is Lucas Oil Raceway. I don't think that we've ever raced here before. I know I bought the track with every intention of racing, and then we didn't for whatever reason. Just never got in. Getting it iRacing for yourself. That's awesome, Clutch. You say be sure to get with me if you haven't already. I know I had a friend request, so I don't know, maybe that was you. But right when I'm trying to find Neptune. I know, right? Sorry to ruin your stargazing. So anyway, this place runs almost like, I think it's Irwindale, where the preferred line is right up high. It's as if you just took Irwindale, if that's the track that I'm thinking of, and just stretched it out. That's what this track is like. It's a big, wide, flat track, and it's progressive banked. So that high line is the lane. So let's take a look at these results here. Practice times, yeah, 21 threes and 4s. I knew that those were possible. Nobody put one down in the practice that I was in. But yeah, I knew that they were possible. I think that we can put down a 5. Couldn't really do them consistently. Again, we just don't have enough track time here. What's up, Dad? Oh, you don't have a wheel? Oh, God. Yeah, no, you're gonna need a wheel, buddy. What's up, Trevor? So let's go ahead and hop on in. And we're gonna leave the brake bias exactly where it is. It feels pretty good. So the trick here is how you can work the throttle control and how hard you can get off the corner. And really what a run you can kind of generate for yourself, because that's really the difference in the lap times, is the runs you can get off the corner. Let's pull up the standings here, see what we can do. Stop. Alright, try to get a good run there. Did not get it. So, we take the 2x, but we don't actually start the lap. So you look down to the bottom right, we are 0 for 2. So if we had crossed the line, we would be finishing lap 1 right now. So let's try that again. And really that was amateur right there.
Green flag, green flag. One more lap.
Like I said, it's just a matter of how brave you can be with the throttle. So it was a 51, which is pretty respectable. And tried that low line, nothing. So we'll try this other line right here, which is basically backing it up, cutting it down the hill. So you're just going to have to be well versed in the lines that you can run here, because any one lane track is going to be really difficult to pass on. So you're going to have to be able to run this low line down here and basically almost slip the car in. but that line's not going to work until the tires really start falling off. That upper line is the way around here. And when you're trying to make passes and whatnot, if you're trying to give the guy on the outside of you a bunch of room, you're not going to get past him, especially early on in the run, just because the high line is just too fast. So, what's up, Chris? I'm kind of mad at myself for spinning that off of the out lap. That is Bush League. So this would be our lap 1. And we definitely left a little bit on the table. As obvious, I mean, these guys can put down quick lap times. You saw somebody bust out a 3 in practice. So, but to start up in the front half of this should be good. This is a track where you have to, just like Irwindale, you have to watch for people that are self-spinning. It's very easy to get yourself loose up off the corner. We just got to be watchful. You have to keep an eye out and be mindful. Watchful? Is watchful? Watchful. No. Whatever. We're just going to keep an eye out for it. We'll keep it at that. Yeah, smash the friendly neighborhood like button. Ah, man. But yeah, that's really cool, Clutch. Say, proud of you. You'll get a kick out of it. Say, when you get into those street stocks and everything, and you know you're running Charlotte, and then I think USA International. I think those are the 2 tracks as a rookie that you run back to back to back to back to back over and over and over again. They just 1 week you're doing that, 1 week you're doing the next. So you get a short track, then you get a big track. And Charlotte. And it basically runs like Daytona to those street stocks, and I think it's USA International. That's a lot of fun, that track too. But it's definitely it's a full contact series, we'll say. But yeah, all right. Well, let's just make sure everything's looking good on the back side here. Looks like it is, and we'll go ahead and grid up. So we've got, in terms of who we got in here, Leighton, Mike Vaughn, John Hall, Robert Arch, Art Reimer's in here, a couple people that we know. But again, we haven't been in here in so long, it's like there might be new folks. Yeah, so Clutch, if you get a wheel, I mean, you can get one of the new like G29s, those Logitech ones. Those are good. They're basically the same as what I got with the G27. Typically, it's basically the same running gear. There's a few minor little differences, but you know, more than anything, it's just got more buttons. So, do you want a lot of buttons? Yeah, exactly. You're gonna want to practice with a controller for sure, and don't tell anybody you're using a controller. Say nothing will get you hated quicker than being like, yep, controller. Say, and I mean doing that at like
there a little bit, Riley.
Alright, man, line up on the inside row.
Doing that at Charlotte, you probably get away with it, but beyond that, it's USA International stuff. Saying the force feedback helps a lot. But to anybody who's doing this, I really, really, really recommend headphones. I definitely recommend a wheel for sure. You know, you don't gotta go crazy, but get yourself something with force feedback so you can feel what's going on. And then headphones wise, play with your sounds. You know, definitely want to turn up those tire sounds, because when you get to tracks where you're trying to listen for tire slip and trying to put the car to the edge, you know, of what it can do, you need to know how hard you're abusing that stuff, and the only way you can is to turn up those sounds so you can hear the tires. It's kind of a way to cheat. But that'll pay you huge dividends, because you'll get to that point, and they do change the tire models and the sounds every now and again.
Get ready.
And they did for this past season. They put in new tire sounds, which sound way better, by the way. Just got to be careful on the start here. Oh, Jesus. Fucking Mike kind of ran us out to the wall there. So we do have 50 laps here, and that's something that we got to remember. We got to have tires at the end of this thing.
Inside. Stay high. All clear, all clear.
Oh, they're wrecking.
Yeah, one inside. Still there.
Oh, drove it in a little deep.
Clear low, clear low.
And again, we just don't have a lot of seat time at this track more than anything. So it's just, we're learning. I think I've put maybe 20, 25 laps in here. See, right there, you can hear those tires start to go.
Yeah, one outside. Still there. Stay low, there's a car on the high side. Stay low. All clear, all clear. You got one outside. Stay low, there's a car on the high side. Stay low.
So we need to give that, just give that spot up and get back in line here. So I think we're quicker than the 8, but so I disobeyed my own rule, which was I gave him way too much room.
Got a slow car up ahead. Go low.
If you could go low lap cars, that'd be great. Thank you.
Whew. All right, well, we lived through that.
Thank you, 21.
Uh-oh. Oh, just got into it just a little bit.
Stay high.
That's all it takes, man. It just bogs the car right down. It's all right. I got faith here. See, we're not even 20 laps in. Keep the car straight, and we'll be all right.
Thank you.
snappy loose right there.
Inside. Clear low, clear low. You got one inside.
Oh man, John almost caught the wall right there. Very, very close. Oh man, just in a little bit high.
Inside. Stay high. Clear low, clear low. Inside. Still there? Hold the line. All clear, all clear.
Say a little bit of love from Riley.
You got one outside. Stay low. You're clear high, clear high.
A little bit more love from Riley, Jesus. I don't think we've like pretty much straight lost a position yet. I think we either got in the wall or or was avoiding a wreck or something at this point, or had car contact.
Hey, 11, when I get to you, could you go low, please?
Just trying to concentrate here and just try to reel these guys back in.
You got one inside. Stay high. There's a car on the low
Tony,
side.
could you please let me go?
Clear low, clear low.
Oh,
You got one inside.
get tagged by a fucking lap car. Like, I get it, we got the wall, but still. Damn, alright. Say, that wasn't good for the tires either. I mean, that's what sucks about it more than anything. Alright, well, let's try to get back on track here. I know we got the pace. Hopefully our tires aren't too abused from all that.
Alright, we're halfway to the finish.
Still got half of this race to try and salvage something.
Could you stay low and I get to you, 14?
I did last time, didn't I?
Thank you.
Say that right rear is starting to cook. You can feel it. Oh, 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 oh. Alright, let's just try to figure out a way past these guys. Well, first let's catch Richard, and then we'll figure out a way past him.
Got one inside. Clear low, clear low. Got one inside. Clear low, clear low.
Fucking piece of shit. I knew you were gonna
Shit!
do that.
God damn it. Ugh, damn.
Outside.
I didn't want to get into him. I mean, that's the thing, I just didn't want to get into him. We could have pushed it, but... See, I think we got a little bit of suspension damage. The car feels a little bit different in the front. Definitely feels a little bit off song too. Look at the RPMs that we're pulling. Might be best to try and run the low line here.
Inside. Still there. All clear, all clear.
Yeah, because we can flat foot it up off that corner real easy.
Thank you guys for staying low.
Outside. All clear, all clear.
So even with a garbaged up car here, and that is not a leader behind us, that is another lap car.
Got one inside. Clear low, clear low.
And the 18 just kind of gave that up. Yeah, we're like 4 or 5 tenths slower than we were. But that sucks. But again, it's our first time at this track, and that's the thing you got to remember. We're down a lap, but these guys are in front of us, and it's possible we could catch them. You see how much tire we saved here?
Inside. All clear, all clear. We have 10 to go this time.
Since we don't really have much top end here, let's just run the line that we can. Alright, so he is, let's see what it is at the line. Yeah, 1.7, 1.8.
Got one inside. All clear, all clear.
Yeah, it's about the same. We're not closing on him, which is sad. But just because if we had a car that was still running right, I think that we could catch him.
Got one inside. Stay high. There's the car on the low side. Clear low, clear low. 5 laps to go.
So if he makes a mistake, we'll be right there, but we just don't have enough car to catch him.
Why did you find that necessary?
Two to go this time by.
Well, I mean, take this for what it is, a learning lesson.
White flag this time by. One more to go.
But really, I mean, the majority of this was self-inflicted. You know, that's the thing is, I mean, we did this to ourselves. We got on the wall at one point and let two guys go by. The one was a car that was down on the track and everything, which, you know, we can't help that. But, you know, all told, yeah, most of those positions we gave up, all self-inflicted. You know, we really didn't have anybody that was just straight faster than we were. You know, that we just couldn't get around. We let one guy kind of go at one point, and then we tried to pass, and then just couldn't get around him, and we lost a spot that way. I think that was the only spot that we lost in straight racing, other than just wrecking or getting into the wall or having other people get into us.
David, you wrecked yourself off of my nose there, bud.
Yeah, and we need to go back and take a look and see what happened with
that's what I
Riley.
say too. I guess the first time was my fault too when you pulled the throttle me going in the corner.
No, I moved you going into 3 that one time, but you just turned down on me in the middle of the straightaway.
No, there's a difference between moving and fucking full throttle on somebody.
So we'll take a look from Riley's cam here. Well, I don't know. I think I think 3 and 4 is just kind of a racing deal, but you know, 1 and 2, he kind of doored us. you know? Even still, I mean, we held serve there. We're catching him, and what the hell happened? Alright, so that was 20. Oh, God. Yep, that's what happened. Okay, so we had the 21 car behind us. And again, this isn't necessarily his fault. I mean, we hit the wall and they got into us. Right. You know. I mean, that's not a good look, regardless. But I mean, still, it's just kind of weird that he just ran up to the top of the track like that. I mean, whatever. Again, you can't be really mad at him. I mean, we hit the wall. So we tracked down the 15. And really, we spent too much time behind this car right here. And I tried getting a run off the corner on him a couple different times. The car's just a little bit messed up there. Right here. Just watch that throttle right there. Found Neptune. Awesome. That's awesome. Right there, I didn't want to. I left the throttle. Didn't want to get into him. And then when we ghosted, the thing jumped sideways. So I mean, whose fault is that? Mine. But bummer. Bummer. Oh. So I mean, we ran. This is before we really got junked. This is lap 27. So we were running like threes, basically 22 threes. I want to see what the leader was running. He's running 22 ones. Basically really going up the track, easing it down, and then doing that. So it was a 2. Ran it out to the wall up there towards the label out there, and cutting it back down right there. So again, we're still learning this track, and this is why you gotta watch other people. Yeah, all things considered, but whose fault was that? This guy. So, again, is what it is. That's nobody's fault but ours. But I'd like to run it again at some point, but hopefully we can make that happen. Because I mean, it's a lot of fun to drive. You know, it's not hard to drive. You know, it's just putting down consistent lap times probably is, and we're just running too low on the track. You know, to really hold the speed everybody else is holding. So. Anyway. Our number 9's all messed up here. This won't be good for the safety rating, I'll tell you that. But we'll take a look and see what the iRating did. The iRating probably dropped a little bit. That was a field of 21. We were in 9th. I mean, we finished 12th. You know, so we lost 10 in iRating. You know, and we lost 0.11, 0.11 in safety rating. So not a big deal, but again, still just kind of just continuing this downward trend that we're in right now. But we got to snap out of this funk, start getting some good finishes. So. But I appreciate you guys watching and hanging out in the chat. Say Chris, Clutch, Viper, always. But until the next time, take care.